a young adult in St. Catharines, near where I live. He came home from school and he asked me to meet me for dinner because he wanted to talk. And naturally I said yes. He said that he wants to work in the nonprofit sector. And in the nonprofit sector, there's not a ton of materialism that gets around. But his whole family, they're a business family, obviously wants him to get into the for-profit sector. So he said, what to do? And I asked him a question. He asked me a question, I threw it back at him. I said, when you get married, when you have kids, will your children appreciate more? Will they be bettered more by you sending them to a private school and giving them nice clothes and vacations? Or by you coming home happy every night from a job that you wanted to do? I hope it's not ambiguous, because coming home happy is the best thing that you could do for a family. Not only for a family. I had this revelation recently. I put it on Twitter, if you have Twitter. The greatest service that one can do for mankind is to be happy. And the greatest disservice one can do for mankind is to be unhappy. Why? Satsang, osmosis, energy, radiation, the secret, whatever you want to call it. I'm unhappy, I'm going to share it. I'm happy, I'm going to share it. We are social beings. We have to be happy. And if our other, now the question may be, what if our significant other is not happy? The answer, refer to this summer's chick book that Neil put together. Yad yada charati shreshtaha tat tadeve taro jana. Just as the wise man or woman does, so too the world follows. If I come home happy, my wife, my children, the chances of them coming home happier, is going to be higher as well. If I come home unhappy, are they going to be happier? Definitely not. Especially because we spend so much time with our significant other. They rub off on us. That osmosis is so strong when you're close with someone. At a physical level, a financial level, a social level, in every which way. When we are happy and we can lead our significant other to be happy too, then 1 plus 1 doesn't equal 2. It equals 3. That's the purpose of a relationship, where 1 plus 1 equals 3. When Tejal had asked me what to speak about, I wrote synergy in relationships just so you can understand it, but in my mind, this discourse is about 1 plus 1 equals 3. This is how a relationship should be. Because if it's just 1 plus 1 equals 2, what's the point? Why not just be 1 and have less words? 1 plus 1 has to equal 3. That's the real essence of a relationship. That's the real purpose of a relationship. Please think about this before you get married. Is that person making you and him and her 3? Because if they're only making you 2, why? Just make it easier on yourself. Remain as that one. Discover that 3-ness, that synergy. That's the real meaning of the word synergy. And this 3-ness will be a sense of joy, and we start fulfilling our spiritual obligation too. Any relationship, and particularly with a significant other, is to grow beyond our ego. That's the point of a relationship, to grow beyond our ego. Our ashrama system, you go from brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha, sannyasi. Student, householder, retired individual, sannyasi. When I'm a brahmachari, I'm a student, I'll use English terms. When I'm a student, I'm a bachelor. My only focus, I study and I eat Mr. Noodle. Or, what do you call it here? Robin. Yeah, Ron is correct. We call Mr. Doodle in Canada. Do you have Mr. Doodle here? Maggie. So, bachelor, my focus is here. I get married. My focus is not only on me, it's on my wife. I have kids, on my kids, my in-laws, my grandchildren. My circle has spread. I retire. I start focusing on my community. And I become a sannyasi. I treat everyone as equal. Everyone is my family. So the idea is to grow beyond our ego. And I'm not saying don't get married. Because I made a similar statement in Austin, and one of the ladies called me in and said, I have a problem with what you're saying. And I explained to her what I meant. I'm not declining that you should get married, but I'm saying get married with a purpose. And don't be afraid to grow beyond your ego. When you're with a significant other, that requires compromise, understanding, sacrifice, working together. Everything that I'm sure you talked about when you came up with your plays. We tend to fear that. As independent children growing up in the West, we're not used to sacrifice, compromise, dealing with another person. This is an opportunity to grow beyond our ego. We shouldn't fear that. We should take that on as an opportunity. This will help me with my spiritual evolution. Keeping that goal in mind. That I don't get married just because I have to. I don't get married just for pleasure. I get married for long-term happiness. How? I'm going to slowly expand my ego to encompass more people. To develop synergies with friends, we need to derive joy from them. We need to practice satsanga, association with good friends. To derive synergies with our family, we have to change ourselves. We have to appreciate our family, that they gave us life, that they've helped us become who we are. To develop synergies with our significant other, we have to learn to be independent. We have to learn to compromise. That's how to develop relationships of synergy with friends, family, significant other. And now there's one more party that we have not acknowledged, and that is ourselves.